to the killing of Jonathan aide Ahmed Gulak, others. Senate pays tribute to late leader of the Ijaw Nation, Chief Edwin Clark. On the foreign scene, Cardinal Prevost elected Pope Leo XIV, first U.S. pontiff. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Damilola Raphael. President Bola Tinubu today inaugurated Anambra's first ever government house, marking a historic milestone for more than 30 years after the state's creation. The president, who is in Anambra State on official visit, arrived at the Chinua Achebe International Airport in Umueri around 12 noon and was received by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, his deputy Onyeka Ibezim, and other government officials. President Tinubu also inaugurated several other projects done by the administration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. While speaking at the event, President Tinubu commended Governor Soludo for his visionary leadership in the state. On his part, Governor Soludo praised the president's contribution to the state, noting that when the projects are completed, they will add to the development of the state.
Just commissioned several landmark projects, particularly the Solution Fund City, the Government House Mini City, the Anambra Tower of Light, the Heroes Salute status, and unveiling of the 8-lane Emeka Anyaoku Boulevard, which constitute part of the initial step on the path towards your audacious vision of Anambra, an African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. Together with the massive infrastructure transformation and human capital development, these are bold statements of vision and what leadership achieved in such a short time a few years ago. I'm also happy to have commissioned the Emeka Anyaoku Institute for International Studies and Diplomacy at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, naming the 8-lane boulevard that leads to the government house after Anyaoku is a befitting honor that will never go unnoticed. We appreciate you.
Meanwhile, traditional rulers in Anambra State on Thursday conferred a chieftaincy title of traditional rulers led by the chairman of the Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Chidubem Iweka of Obose. He gave the president the title in Awka during his official visit to the state. Dike Simba, loosely translates to hero from another land, was given to President Tinubu by the traditional rulers representing all the communities in Anambra State. The president, who is in Anambra State on official visit, arrived at the Chinua Achebe International Airport in Umueri around 12:15 p.m. and was received by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, his deputy Onyeka Ibezim, and other government officials. To security matters, the Defense Headquarters said troops of Operation Delta Safe discovered and deactivated of April. The Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Tangier, made this known during a news briefing on the activities of the Armed Forces of Nigeria in Abuja. The DHQ Director added that the troops, while conducting offensive operations in Ndokwa and Isoko South local government areas of Delta, apprehended 3 criminals and recovered a large quantity of natural gas. According to Kangie, the troops also impounded about 1 million liters of stolen crude oil, 304,811 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, and 3,480 liters of dual-purpose kerosene, among others. Items like pumping machines, drilling machines, tricycles, motorcycles, mobile phones, and 42 vehicles were also recovered. In the court, a federal high court sitting in Abuja on Thursday heard that the broadcasts made by the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, led to the killing of a former senior special advisor to former President Goodluck Jonathan Ahmed Gulak, and others. The second prosecution witness in the ongoing trial of Kanu. The witness, who said he was part of the DSS team that investigated the complaint made against Kanu by the then Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, said the defendant's broadcast also led to the killing of a retired judge, Justice Stanley Nnaji. The witness said Kanu, in one of his broadcasts, ordered his followers to enforce a sit-in at home in all southeastern states, and as a result, many people who went out of their houses were killed. The witness said investigation also revealed that before killing Gulak, those enforcing the sit-at-home directive blamed him for coming out on the day their leader asked people not to go out. Earlier, the video recording of the session where investigators In the meantime, the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has petitioned the Federal High Court in Abuja to compel suspended Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan to delete a satirical apology she posted on her social media pages. On April 27, Akpoti-Uduaghan shared a short video in which she mockingly apologized to Akpabio, which he claimed was for rejecting the advances of the Senate president. The dispute between the two senators stems from an altercation in the Senate chamber over seating arrangements. Meanwhile, Akpabio's legal team, led by Kehinde Ogunmiju, has filed a fresh application asking the court to direct Akpoti-Uduaghan to delete the video, arguing it violated the judge's directive. Justice Binta Yako had on April 4, 2025, restrained all parties involved in the suit from making public comments about the ongoing case. In his application, Akpabio's lawyer also requested the court to order Akpoti-Uduaghan to remove the post from all her social media accounts and to also mandate Akpoti-Uduaghan to publish a written apology in at least 2 nights. Still in the court, the Federal High Court Abuja has dismissed the suit filed by MultiChoice Nigeria, owners of DSTV and GoTV, challenging the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission FCCPC's intervention in its recent subscription price hike. Delivering judgment, Justice James Omotosho ruled that the suit constituted an abuse of court process as similar proceedings were already pending in Lagos State. He stressed that the plaintiff should have pursued its arguments in that court, rendering the current filing inappropriate. Justice Omotosho, however, noted that while the Commission has investigative powers under its Establishing Act, it lacks the authority to fix or suspend prices unless specifically delegated by the President through a gazetted instrument. He added that the country operates a free market system and service providers like MultiChoice retain the right to set their prices, with consumers free to accept or reject them. The judge further rules that FCCPC's actions, including directing MultiChoice to suspend its price increase, breach the company's right to fair hearing and appear selectively targeted. The third prosecution witness in the alleged money laundering case against the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, says there was no wire transfer of fees from the Kogi State government or any of the local governments in the state to the account of the American International School, Abuja. During cross-examination by the defendant's counsel, Joseph Daudu, SAN, at the Federal High Court in Abuja, Nicholas Ojehomo, an internal auditor at the American International School, Abuja, also admitted that there was no transfer bearing the name Yahaya Bello in the documents. Justice Emeka Nwite had earlier rejected the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's objection to the admissibility of a judgment of the Federal Capital Territory High Court between Mr. Ali Bello and incorporated trustees of American International School. The judge had, at the last hearing, adjourned for ruling on the admissibility of the judgment, which had decided the issue of payment of fees or refund in the ongoing case in favor of the defendant. While delivering his ruling, he said the objection of the prosecution was preemptive, adding that the court had since moved away from the platform of technicalities to the platform of substantial. Moving on, the federal government has announced the training of over 200,000 Nigerians in artificial intelligence, AI, and other emerging technologies as part of a national strategy to create a digitally skilled workforce and position Nigeria as a continental leader in AI-driven innovation. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Nnaji, made this known during the 10th Annual Symposium and Awards of the American Chemical Society, Nigeria International Chemical Sciences Chapter, held at the National Open University of Nigeria in Abuja. Chief Nnaji, who was represented by the team lead, technical and administration at the ministry's project delivery, Dr. Patrick Oguma, emphasized the importance of AI in transforming multiple sectors. He stressed the need to close the persistent gap between scientific research and real-world application. The Vice-Chancellor of NOUN, Professor Olufemi Peters, echoed the minister's sentiments, highlighting how the integration of AI into chemistry has opened new opportunities in sustainable development. He noted that AI's ability to model, predict, and optimize is vital for reducing waste, conserving energy, and enhancing chemical processes. Elsewhere, the Senate on Thursday paid glowing tributes to the late leader of the Ijaw Nation, Chief Edwin Clark. The Red Chamber also called on the federal government to name a national monument to immortalize him. The resolutions of the Senate followed a motion for a valedictory session in honor of Clark by the leader of the Senate, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele. Senator Opeyemi, in his motion, called for the suspension of Order 12 of the Senate Standing Orders to allow Stranger Kamarudin or Larry. The Edwin Clark family was led to the session by Professor C.C. Clark. Among the dignitaries that accompanied him are Senators James Manager, former chairman of NDDC, Senator Bassey Ewa Henshaw, and Senator Florence Itagiwa, amongst others. You're watching News at 7 on what affected to the All Progressives Congress. We will bring you more on this when we return.
Born Jeremiah